Welcome back to Kids Cooking Adventure, and today we're going to be making this delicious chocolate tray bake. Ta-da!
You will need 250 grams of plain flour,
80 grams of cocoa powder,
300 grams of white brown sugar,
190 millilitres of rapeseed oil, 350 millilitres of whole milk, 2 large eggs, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 100 grams of chocolate chips. Let's get started. First, we need to line a tray with baking parchment. So that's done. Then we need to mix the flour, the cocoa powder, the baking powder and the sugar together. So let's do that. Here's the spoon. So while Danny's mixing the dry ingredients, I'll mix up the wet ingredients. So add the oil to the milk and whisk. Next, add the eggs. And the vanilla extract. And keep whisking. So Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I think I've finished actually.
Okay, so once you've finished all the wet ingredients, make a well in the centre and pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Wow. Now let's stir that in.
Okay. That looks cool.
Yeah.
It's bubbly.
So while this is happening, preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So Danny started mixing with a whisk because there were some lumps and bumps in there and you don't want that. So if you have any lumps and bumps, start using a whisk or an electric mixer. So now what we need to do is stir in the chocolate chips. So pour that in and just mix them around. So they're now evenly spread out, so Dan, you can stop mixing. And now we need to pour them into the baking tray and bake them for 25 to 30 minutes. So for this we need to use a spatula. So Dan, pour it in. Good job, good job. So now that it's all in, bake it for 25 to 30 minutes. So now that it's out of the oven, let it cool for 20 minutes. It looks very nice. So while the tray bake is cooling, we need to make the icing. You will need 150 grams of butter softened, 4 teaspoons of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of milk, and 200 grams of icing sugar sieved. Let's get started. So get a big bowl, the icing sugar and cocoa powder in, and mix that up. Then add the butter. And the milk, and mix it all together. The icing should be quite runny, but not too runny. If it's a little bit too thick, add some more milk, and if it's a little bit too runny, add some more icing sugar. If the tray bake is a little bit too, if there's a dome on the top, you might want to cut some off, otherwise the icing's all just going to pour off. So this is what it looks like after we cut the top off. Now what you want to do, put it back into the tray. Now that it's back in the tray, pour the icing on. Spread it out gently with a spoon. Leave it to set for 5 to 10 minutes and then cut it into squares. Right, so now when it's cooled down and the icing is set, let's open the paper and try a bit. Here you go, Dad.
Thanks.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. So tasty. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care. See you next time. Bye.